Have you ever thought about what in-flight dining looked like the year you were born? Let's take a quick trip back to the golden age of air travel, where in-flight dining was a gourmet experience. Picture fine china, crystal glasses, and dishes crafted by top chefs. Flying wasn't just about reaching your destination, it was about savoring the entire journey. Ready to relive the flavors of the past? Let's dive in. Themed dining takes flight in the late 60s. In the late 1960s, airlines spiced up in-flight meals by introducing themed dining. Passengers could find themselves enjoying Italian spaghetti one flight and savoring Mexican tacos the next. This trend wasn't just about food, it was about creating a fun and memorable experience. Airlines like TWA led the way, offering lavish meals that transported passengers to exotic destinations before they even landed. Indulgence in the 1970s. The 1970s brought a love for rich, indulgent airline food. Meals like beef stroganoff and chicken Kiev drenched in creamy sauces became the norm. Airlines hired top chefs to create gourmet dishes that catered to passengers' desire for comfort and luxury. It was all about big flavors and hearty portions, reflecting the era's excess and appetite for indulgence. The peanut revolution of 1977. By 1977, the era of elaborate meals gave way to simplicity as airlines sought to cut costs. Enter the peanut. Cheap, convenient, and satisfying. Southwest Airlines embraced this trend, making peanuts the go-to snack for passengers. While it marked a shift away from gourmet dining, the humble peanut became a staple of air travel, offering a simple pleasure during the flight. The shift of economic meals. In the late 1970s and early 80s, the decline of luxury in-flight dining began as airlines began to introduce economy class to meet growing demand. The era of china plates and gourmet meals gave way to plastic trays and basic fares like tiny sandwiches and rubbery chicken. Driven by rising fuel costs and industry deregulation, airlines cut costs and the quality of in-flight meals dropped significantly. Yet despite these simpler offerings, a hot meal at 30,000 feet was still appreciated over peanuts and pretzels. The single olive strategy. In the mid-1980s, cost-cutting took a quirky turn when American Airlines removed a single olive from each salad, saving $40,000 annually. This small change went unnoticed by passengers, but highlighted the lengths airlines were going to reduce expenses without sacrificing too much of the passenger experience. Concord, a taste of luxury. For a brief period, the Concord offered an unparalleled in-flight experience, serving caviar, champagne, and gourmet meals at 35,000 feet. However, this luxury came with a hefty price tag, around $12,000 for a transatlantic ticket, making it accessible only to the elite. Despite its legendary status, the Concord was retired in 2003, leaving behind a legacy of what air travel could be at its most extravagant. The branding shift of the 90s. In the 90s, airlines began focusing on branding to create a friendlier atmosphere, and what better way to do that than by improving in-flight meals? While not gourmet, meals like chicken or pasta with a side of veggies were a step up from the previous decade's offerings. Airlines like United teamed up with McDonald's in 1991 to introduce the Friendly Skies meal, a kid-friendly option featuring a cheeseburger, fries, and a toy, echoing the Happy Meal experience. This effort aimed to attract more families to air travel, adding a touch of fun to the journey. The BBQ Chicken Leg phenomenon. The mid-90s brought the iconic BBQ Chicken Leg to the skies, a staple in economy class meals. Though a far cry from the gourmet dishes of the past, this meal, often paired with a dinner roll and mashed potatoes, became a familiar and reliable choice. While the chicken leg might not have been the most exciting option, it was a cultural touchstone, often joked about but rarely refused. The decline of airline food. The early 2000s, especially after September 11th, saw a significant decline in airline food. With rising costs and tightened security, meals became smaller and less frequent, particularly in economy class. While first and business class passengers still enjoyed a luxury dining, economy travelers often found themselves paying extra for basic, uninspiring meals. As a result, many passengers opted for airport terminal food, which offered better and healthier options, leaving the in-flight offerings to become a mere afterthought. The shift to snacks and prepackaged meals. By the early 2000s, the era of full in-flight meals had largely vanished, replaced by snacks and prepackaged meals. Rising fuel costs and economic pressures led airlines to cut back on food service, with the focus shifting on cost-effective, convenient options like bags and pretzels and mini wraps. Full meals became rare, especially in economy class, where passengers were offered a limited selection of snacks or the chance to purchase prepackaged sandwiches and salads. Even in first class, meals came with plastic cutlery and were often pre-wrapped for security reasons. This marked a clear decline from the days of gourmet in-flight dining. The 2008 recession, paying for every bite. The 2008 recession hit the airline industry hard, forcing airlines to adopt even stricter cost-cutting measures. This period saw the introductions of fees for services that were once complimentary, including in-flight meals. If passengers wanted anything more than a bag of chips, they had to pay for it. Water, sandwiches, and even basic snacks were no longer free, signaling the end of an era. The shift was controversial but became the norm as airlines struggled to stay afloat during tough economic times. Airline food has certainly had its highs and lows, but one thing is for sure, it's always been a reflection of the times. Whether it's a gourmet meal in a golden age or a humble bag of pretzels, each era tells its own story. If you enjoyed this journey through the skies, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment below with your favorite in-flight meal memory. Who knows what's next on the menu? Stay tuned for more fun and fascinating stories. Thanks for watching.